So I've realized that when you have no real taste sensation, you get no actual satisfaction from food. My name is Michelle and I have breast cancer, and I've been sharing my journey here with everyone. Hopefully I just popped up on your FYP, or you just somehow found me. So thanks for stopping by. And I am a week out from my second treatment of chemo, and I've been experiencing many of the similar side effects that I had the first time around, which are the main one really that's getting to me now is the altering of my taste. It's such a bizarre experience. I had COVID a couple of times, but I never had it where I lost my sense of smell or my sense of taste. So I can imagine this might be similar to what people went through for COVID, if they experienced that. But in addition to that, like my tongue and like the kind of roof of my mouth are tingly a little bit. And they also just constantly feel like I ate soup too quickly after taking it out of the microwave, like it was 4 bazillion degrees and I burned the inside of my mouth. That's just what my mouth feels like. So it's very sensitive, it's very tender. It almost feels a little bit like sandpaper, like it's like the taste buds are like, instead of being they're like on high alert. But they're on high alert, but then they're not doing a damn thing, because most of everything I eat tastes like salt, like just like a spoonful of salt, or it doesn't taste like much at all, or it just tastes like really, really altered. Like, so yesterday I'm trying to get myself, I need to have protein, like regular protein in my diet. So I'm trying to make sure I eat enough eggs and chicken and meat. I'm not allowed to have undercooked meat. So for me, that means no steak. So that's out of the question. So yesterday I went to the store, I picked up a rotisserie chicken, and I do have like a wheat allergy, so I can't do whole wheat bread. So I treated myself to what I thought was going to be a wonderful sandwich. I bought fresh Wonder Bread that was so soft and so smushy, and you know how it is when it first comes out of the sleeve. I got the rotisserie chicken, and I said, let me just make a really simple, just, pulled out some of the meat from the chicken, really simple sandwich, chicken and bread. That's it. I didn't put anything else on it. No cheese, no salt, no nothing on it. And it felt great in my hand. And then when I took a bite of it, it had virtually no flavor. And the bread felt and tasted stale. It felt like it had been sitting out for 2 days. It's just so disappointing because I was so hungry. I was ravenous. I actually went to the store to pick up pork chops because I kind of felt I had this hankering earlier in the day for pork chops and applesauce. And so I picked up pork chops, applesauce. I picked up some canned yams. I'm like, that'll make a great dinner. By the time I got home, I was so starving I didn't have time to wait to cook everything, so I went for the sandwich. And it was so disappointing, because it's like, I really wanted to eat this stupid little friggin' sandwich, because I was so hungry, and I ate it. Of course, I inhaled it pretty much. But there was just no satisfaction. I just don't feel full. So after that, I realized, some flavor that does get through is sweetness. So I can have chocolate and it tastes like chocolate, close to chocolate. It is off, but it's tolerable. It's more tolerable than regular food. So if I have sweets, I'm fine, but I don't want to give myself diabetes and eat just sweets all the time. I need protein, I need substance, I need vitamins, minerals, all the stuff that you get from food. But I did have a little bowl of ice cream. And then later on, I was up kind of late yesterday working on a freelance project. I was still hungry. And I had food. I had a lunch yesterday. I had breakfast. So I had no reason to be this hungry. I had another sandwich. This time I said, let me amp it up a little bit. I put a little slice of cheese on it, put a little Italian dressing on there. I don't like mayo, so that's not an option for me. And it was gross. It's just gross. And I love Italian. It was a little balsamic vinaigrette dressing. I love that dressing. And it just tasted disgusting. And I ate it because I needed to eat something. So like I'm constantly hungry. I don't know necessarily what to eat. My mouth is just a crazy place of weird sensations. So it's really pretty annoying. Even water tastes strange. Like it doesn't just taste refreshing. Maybe the first few sips taste refreshing, but outside of that, it's like, what is this? What is in my water? So that I've been having. Plus I also have been having eye twitching, like really the last 3-4 days, just constant. Like my eyelids are just fluttering constantly. I mentioned that I think in one of my previous videos, and then what have I also been having? Oh, I've also been having stomach issues. So really Thursday, like Friday, and then kind of for most of the weekend, I can't really. The trouble is that I can't specifically say I'm nauseous. I can't specifically say I have diarrhea. I can't specifically say I'm constipated, because I feel like all of those things at once, but yet none of them. Like I'm not throwing up at all. I had one moment on Friday night was probably the worst. Like that was really just a very rough night of sleep. Like I definitely I threw up one time Friday, and I would definitely say that I had diarrhea Friday night. But I took the anti-nausea pill. I took the anti-diarrheal, and I guess they helped. But Saturday, I'm going to continue. My phone cut me off. But it wasn't really feeling nauseous. I was still feeling somewhat like I had the urge of diarrhea, but then I wasn't having diarrhea. It's like, I don't want to get into all the details about it, but it's like this weird feeling in between. Meanwhile, I had this, what felt like a solid rock in my stomach the entire time, that I just kept feeling, well, if I could just get this thing out, then I should be okay. So that was like, okay, that feels like constipation, but yet I am actively making moves. So I'm not really constipated, not really diarrhea, not really having diarrhea, not really nauseous. I don't know, but I was taking the anti-nausea pills. I didn't take anything today just because I kind of wanted to see where I was at. Last night was a difficult night of sleep. Mostly it was a combination of things, because I was up late working on the project, like I said. By the time I got in bed, it was maybe 1 o'clock, something like that. Chilled for a little bit, went on my phone, watched TV for a little bit. I think by the time I shut the TV off, it was like 2 o'clock. No more than an hour later, I get up, I have to go to the bathroom. Feels like maybe it's diarrhea. My cat just ran into the room. She might knock the camera over, the phone over, but we'll see. Feels like it's diarrhea, but I go, nothing, I just pee. Like, okay. So then I come back to bed. As soon as I lay back down in bed, within a minute, get the same feeling again, back to the bathroom again. This time it was productive, I'll just say that. Come back to bed a little while later, could not fall back asleep. Just couldn't fall back asleep, no matter. It was tossing and turning. Resisted picking up the phone for a long time. And then I was like, this is just stupid. So I just picked up the phone, did a little bit of doom scrolling, a little bit of video watching. I had been watching Uncle Buck before I went to bed. I shut it off maybe about halfway through something. 3 o'clock in the morning, I put this movie back on. I'm finishing watching a movie at 3-4 o'clock in the morning because I can't sleep. I think by the time I fell back to sleep, it was almost 6 o'clock. So I'm having, it's like these stomach issues are making me not sleep. That's on top of my already bad sleep situation. All of that is contributing to the stupid eyes twitching, because lack of sleep causes the eyes to twitch. Oh, it's been a challenging few days. I think I'm past the hurdle of the stomach situation, so I'm feeling pretty optimistic that isn't going to continue being an issue. But the eyes are still twitching, and the mouth is still weird. So today I spoke with the nurse, the oncology nurse Agnes, over at the center that I go to kind of run everything by her and just get some information if I could. And she confirmed that the eye twitching is a standard it happens very often with chemo patients, and that the majority of the reasons are due to either stress or sleep deprivation, you know, being exhausted. And of course, as I said, my sleep has been shit. The real stress that I have is about the symptom. I keep saying symptoms, the side effects from this, but I can't do much about either of those two things. I'm trying to help myself sleep. I did get the magnesium. My friend Debbie had suggested magnesium. I think somebody else had suggested it as well. I did get that. I did take that last night, but I don't know that it helped. I took it again today. We'll see. We'll see. I took it earlier today than yesterday, so hopefully it'll be better. But, you know, I can't do anything about the side effects. They're there, and they cause me stress. So what am I supposed to do about that? You know, I try to alleviate what I can with the tools that I have with, you know. And as far as the taste goes, there's nothing that we can do. Just, you know, a couple of suggestions she said, which I already do, is to brush your teeth multiple times a day, rinse your mouth out with mouthwash a couple times a day, which I do. It doesn't really seem to do anything. That I specifically, they had, after the first chemo treatment, they gave you a list of things to do, and one of the things was to get Biotin mouth rinse. I think I've talked about this a little bit, but I don't know if I went into detail. Either Biotin or another non-alcohol based mouthwash. The first time I purchased it, I actually didn't see the Biotin in the store, so I got a different one that was non-alcohol based, and it was horrible. It didn't really do much. The whole premise of that is to prevent mouth sores from developing, sores inside your mouth from developing. And it did. It prevented all of that, so mission accomplished. But it was, you know, other than that, it wasn't really great. But then when I had to go purchase it again, I did find the Biotin, and I got that, and that is certainly much better for the interior of my mouth, because I was having severe cotton mouth last time. The Biotin does help with that. It does reduce that. It creates it's a smoothing sensation and a cooling sensation in your mouth. So it does help with that. So my tip is, if they suggest Biotin, get the Biotin. Don't go with a different thing. But other than that, there's really not much to do. You know, I mean, I can sweeten things up, but again, I don't want to add sugar. I don't want to eat only sweet things. I want to eat what I want to eat, and you know, and just knowing that this is going to have to go on for that this will happen every single time, every treatment, for the entirety of my treatment cycle. It's really, really difficult, because just truthfully, nothing I eat is satisfying. And because it's not satisfying, I'm not feeling full. So I think I'm eating more than I would normally. For some reason, my phone has a 6-minute time limit on recording today. I don't really know what that's about, but we're back in now. But like, I feel like I'm eating more than I normally would eat, because I'm just not satisfied. I'm not fulfilled with anything. I did make tonight, I made the pork chops, I had the applesauce, I had the candied yams that I was intending for last night. And I won't say it was delicious, but it was good. The applesauce I could just drink the applesauce. It was so good. The yams, I could taste the yams perfectly, because they're sweet, you know. I did add a little brown sugar to them. Pork chops, I just did simple. I did add a little bit of salt, I did pepper, and like a garlic butter kind of thing in the pan, which sounds fantastic, right? I could barely taste any of it. And I think because I was limited on the salt that I put in there, but I'm just so hesitant to add any salt to anything, because I don't want to taste just a spoon of salt in my mouth. It's vulgar. It reminded me that, I don't know, a few months ago, I was at work and I mistakenly grabbed, I had a little baggie of what I thought was sugar in my little storage thing at work, and I went to put that in my coffee. Yeah, it wasn't sugar, it was salt. It was like drinking the ocean, and every time I eat food, it reminds me of that. But yeah, so that's the update today. I know it's a little long one, but I just wanted to get all of that out, because I did speak with the nurse about all that stuff, and yeah, it's gonna be a long journey. I think the things that are, I mean, obviously it was not feeling well over the weekend with the stomach issues, and that's bad enough. But I think the stuff that's really gonna get me down and is really gonna weigh on me, that I have to just focus and just kind of keep my eyes on the prize of the end of the treatment is all of these things that are just constant. This food thing is just constant, and I'm a foodie. I love food. You don't get to be over 200 pounds and not like food. I love food. So to be so restricted, and then there's certain things I can't eat, you know, it's rough. These are the things that are going to get me down on a day-to-day basis if I can't figure out some way to kind of get around them and tolerate what I need to tolerate. And I'm finding little things here and there that work. Like I said, sweets seem to get through. So if I can somehow incorporate more sweets. I did pick up some protein shakes yesterday. I picked up some actual like protein powder that's chocolate, so I'm hoping maybe if I can get that into my diet. I picked up some V8 drinks. I picked up you know, a lot of stuff that I'm hoping that will help me be able to eat more enjoyably, you know, and to stay healthy, because I need to stay nourished. I need to eat. I need to get all the vitamins and nutrients and all this stuff. So I'm really trying to do all of that. The idea, I love salad, but the idea of having anything with like any sort of dressing or you know, on it, just having tomatoes kind of, it's like I love tomatoes, but all of that just makes me so fearful that it's all just going to taste like salt. I did think today cucumbers crossed my mind at some point. I don't have any cucumbers, but I think I'm going to try and pick up some cucumbers tomorrow or something, because I feel like maybe a cucumber might be a good thing, like the cooling, you know, they're just so cooling, and that they're very refreshing. So maybe I'll pick up some cucumbers. I don't know what the nutritional value is. They're basically like water in a shell form, but it might be something. So, all right. With that, I'm going to wrap it up, guys. Thanks for stopping by. Hopefully you made it to the end. Don't forget to follow, to like, to share. I really appreciate it. I'm trying to grow this network. So I really appreciate it. Thanks. Take care, guys.